You know, things have got serious and there's a chain involved. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome back to our beef shed. As you can see, we're on the clean out mission. We were going to start the video a bit earlier, but that post was being a bit of a pain in the backside, so had to get the old chain out. Managed to get it out without damaging the post, which is a plus. Yeah, that means John can carry on with the cleaning up process. Cleaning these guys out, because the straw bedding's got up to the level of the gate. And if you leave it like that for too long, it starts to unhang the gates, and then all the cattle get mixed up together, and that is not what we want. We did the far side of the shed yesterday, so I'm going to show you that in a minute. But yeah, John's nearly filled the trailer up, so we'll wait for him to top it off, and then we'll take it round, tip it in the midden. 97, my friendly calf. You're friendly as well, aren't you, Angus? Yes. Hey, buddy. Look what we are training around with today. Big boots. This tractor is very quickly becoming my favourite. Absolutely love it. The noise it makes is incredible. Plenty of power, big old boots. Yeah, what a machine. I want to own this tractor one day. Whether that will ever happen, I don't know. Now, you may have seen in a previous video, we've already cleaned this shed out once, just before Christmas. We cleaned up until this point here, where this gate is. So that's all been cleaned out once. This side here hasn't been stocked as heavily, so the straw hasn't built up as fast, but it has still built up now to the point where it's covering the bottom run of the gate. So we can't actually move the gates, which is a bit annoying because we need to be able to move them to shut the cows in. All we do is you take these gates and shut them around to the passageway. So we shut the cows on the passage for a couple of hours whilst we clean out. So it's the same story with this gate. I can't move it anywhere, so I've got to wait for John to take the dung away that's on the other side, and then push it that way so that we can get through, and then we can take out the post, and then John can just drive right up through really quick. It just makes the whole job nice and easy. So in here we got some cattle that we're fattening up. So these are what we call farm spares. They would have been 2021 born, so they're coming up to about 21 months old at the moment. They'll go before they're 2 years old. Same with those guys down there. I mean, he'll take a bit of fattening because he's a leggy old thing. That's like a cow version of me. If you're not from a farming background or from within the industry, you might be wondering what looks like smoke is. That's just steam coming out of the bedding, so it generates a lot of heat. There's obviously a lot of bacteria in there. That's what keeps the cows warm. So yeah, that's all smoking away. If you turn a pile of dung, it will steam up as well, and the more you turn it, the more it will steam, the more it will rot down, the quicker it will break down once it's spread on the land. Whether that's the correct way to take a post out or not, who knows, but it's out. Right, that trailer will be nearly full by now. We've already stick a couple more loads in. We'll leave the animals the other side for a minute because we're going to have lunch now. And then afterwards we'll kick them out and carry on. Just fill the bucket up, yeah. Right, now John says we need to do something magical with this post behind me here because it won't come out of the ground. I'm gonna get my mate Mr. Chain again. See what happens. That was a bit uneventful. Cows are all wondering what's going on. Shed looks like it's on fire. If I could be bothered, we could make some really cool like smoke scenes, couldn't we? But I can't be bothered. I don't know if anyone saw the last time we cleaned this shed out. We got to take off this brush here because it sticks out in the way. So that is currently on the floor down there. It's just a brush they like to rub themselves on. These are all the pens we did yesterday. So we've done exactly the same as what we're doing now on this side. All the cows get shut in the passageway for a couple of hours, like they are here, and then we come in from that end, bulldoze it all up, take it out. Then the cows, I don't know if you can see here, this is a good example. The cows' gates go on the high set of hangings, there's a bit of a gap on the floor, whereas the ones next door are on a low set of hangings, so you can see there's a gap between the top of the gate and the top of the post, whereas these ones are level. It's just so any of the younger cattle, so these heifers, there's a few steers in here as well, don't get themselves like half wedged under a gate and get stuck. Yeah, they all look happy, eating their food. Right, we are off. The legend that is Big Boots. It's not a very long commute to the Midden, but it's much quicker with a trailer on. John's actually following me round, so I need him to push away some of the dung that I've tipped up, so that I've got space to tip in the shed. I always get loads of comments, especially when doing live streams on TikTok in the mornings, about why we put all the muck in that shed. That's going to annoy me. Basically, all of the muck that we produce here on the home farm gets taken away to the off ground, because the ground that surrounds the farm and the sheds where we are now is all used for the farm platform, which is the science ground. And the only dung that goes on that ground is dung that comes from the animals that graze on it. So obviously we haven't got time every day to take dung away to the off ground. So we store it all in the Midden, and it will compost down over the winter. And then when we get some time in the spring, once we've got like the early fertilising and rolling and whatever out of the way, we can put a couple trailers on and take it away to the off ground. By doing that, we're moving the dung again, which starts up the whole composting cycle of the dung again, so we get another bit of rot down, which helps. It then gets piled into a field somewhere in a line or a heap, and we'll spread it usually after second cut. That way we're never ending up with muck in any of our silage, because we've not spread it before we're cutting grass. It's got a long time to rot down after second cut. If we want to graze it again, we can afterwards. And by moving it a couple times, it breaks down a lot quicker when you do spread it. So there is method to the madness. But yeah, that is why we do it that way. I've got my drone with me, and I've updated it over lunch. And I'd quite like to put it up whilst John's loading the trailer, but I'm waiting on a phone call. And if I have my phone connected to the drone and my phone rings, I'll lose connection to the drone, which is not ideal. It's not what I want. update. John's abandoned the bucket. He's had to go and unload a lorry. I think it's just one pallet of stuff he's had to go and take off. But they've gone in the wrong entrance, so he's had to go right around to the other half of the site. So I stuck the drone in the air. It is incredibly foggy. I mean, it is really foggy. So you saw whatever you would have seen there on the drone. I wanted to get John loading the wagon with the drone. We might be able to get a little bit later on. But yeah, at the minute I'm playing a waiting game. He's got enough dung there to fill my trailer when he comes back. When he comes back, I'll just back up again. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. There is the man. Right, hope you enjoyed a little bit of drone footage. It's really strange, the air is so heavy and damp. It would be really, really bad weather for having fresh calves at the minute. There'd be like a huge pneumonia risk. These guys are hopefully all old enough that they're out of the woods, but you never know. We've got you covered for all eventualities. If you head to the merch shop, you can either have a trucker hat like this one for the middle of the day, and of course we've got the beanies for the mornings when it's cold still. We've got some gilets coming at some point. They're being made, hopefully about now. But yeah, if you want any merch, head over to the shop. You'll find loads of it there. One pen left to clean out, and then we'll be on with putting all the posts back in and bedding it all up again. John's just picking up all the stuff along the side. You've got to be a bit careful with. That's why I let him do it, so if he hits something, it's his fault. I mean, Andy's a better driver than me in the telehandler, but we won't tell him that. Right, I've got the gates open for him. Now this last pen, it used to be a little carving area, so there's a different level of concrete in there than it is to here. And there's a concrete curb that runs along in line with that post. So you've got to be a bit more careful about how you go about cleaning it out. So he'll go so far, and then he'll find the curb, and then he's got to lift over it. There you are. In the summer, when we get some time, we'll get the Kango and we'll knock the curb out. But what we will have to do is make a little ramp between the two levels of concrete. But it will definitely make it easier for cleaning out in the winter. The Kango it out next year, or is it this year?
And some work over there to raise the.
We were supposed to have a new piece of equipment arrive today. But it's been put off for a few days. We've also got a couple demos supposed to be coming, which I keep telling you guys about, but they've been put off for another week or so. So at some point we will have a lot of machinery turning up to have a look at, but just not right now. But I'm going to go get the scraper tractor and we'll set to tidying up around all the edges.
Get all scared. I don't like it.
There's no straw. Hey, you got it. Right, please don't fall off of here. survived. Well done. I know it doesn't look like they've got a lot of straw, but they'll be bedded up again first thing in the morning, so they'll be all right with that little bit tonight. It's not supposed to be cold like it has been. If it was gonna freeze, so like last night when we finished cleaning out that side, it was supposed to be really cold, so I put 2 bales in there so they had a bit more bedding, keep them off the cold concrete. But it's about 11 degrees now and it's not supposed to get cold overnight, so they'll be absolutely fine. Seeing as I've ended up down here by this machine, I'll take this one back. I need to take all the tools we picked up back to the workshop first. Right, last job of the day now that everything is cleaned out, bedded up, back where they want to be. It's just to get these gates ready for the morning. Turn their lights off as well. Then they know it's bedtime, see? Good night, cows. And that is us done. So thank you very much for hanging out with me on the video today. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Loads of links down below for merch, my other socials, all the gear I use for making these videos, and loads of stuff. So make sure you go and check out the description for all that. And I will see you guys on another video very soon. Cheerio.